It's that time again where I provide you with some gems from the constantly giving goldmine that is Japanese Netflix. You know the drill by now. If you don't, here's a quick intro. Netflix has become a popular source for streaming movies and TV shows from all over the world. One country that has continued to produce entertaining content for the army of weebs, J-drama and cinema lovers to enjoy is Japan. With its unique culture and captivating storytelling, Japanese movies and TV shows have become increasingly popular on streaming platforms. Today, we will explore the must-watch Japanese movies and TV shows on Netflix. We're starting off strong with the third season of Alice in Borderland. Season 3 picks up after Arisu, Usagi, and the other survivors return to the real world, seemingly free from the deadly games, but their peace doesn't last long. Strange events suggest that the Borderland still has a hold on them. The mysterious Joker card, teased at the end of Season 2, becomes central to the story, pulling Arisu back into danger and separating him from Usagi. While previous seasons focused on teamwork and survival against the face card games, this season raises the stakes by placing the characters on different paths, forcing them to confront new challenges apart from each other. In many ways, Alice in Borderland has become the flag bearer for Netflix Japan. No other show produced by Netflix Japan has this kind of motion, in my opinion. Season 3 is shorter but much more concise and to the point compared to previous seasons. I absolutely adore the new cast of supporting characters, and of course, my boy Kento Yamazaki delivers once again. Next up, we have Glass Heart. Glass Heart follows Akane, a passionate drummer who, after being unfairly expelled from her band, nearly gives up on her musical dreams. Her path shifts when Naoki, a gifted but enigmatic musician, invites her to join his new group, Ten Blank. As Akane struggles to prove herself among talented yet complicated bandmates, she faces rivalries, creative clashes, and questions of loyalty while rediscovering her identity, her passion for music, and what it truly means to belong. Glass Heart is the latest big production project by Netflix Japan, and you can tell it's massive because of how much they are pushing the show on social media and in local events in Japan. Sato Takeru is perfectly suited for this role. By the way, if you didn't know, he's also one of the producers, which makes sense, but it's incredible how well his appearance and personality fit the character of a mad genius J-pop star. However, there's a lot to be desired by the story. You can probably predict the entire outcome of the show after the first episode. Nonetheless, the music, the performances, and the overall quality of the production is fantastic. Final Draft is a Japanese survival competition where 25 retired athletes battle through brutal physical and psychological challenges for a 30 million yen prize to fund their post-sports careers. Across 8 episodes, contestants face grueling tasks like blindfolded mountain climbs, thousands of sit-ups on a slippery slope, tug of war, and chase games, all while sharing personal stories of loss, redemption, and identity beyond athletics. The show features notable figures like Olympic wrestler Eri Tosaka. If you like shows like Physical 100, then Final Draft is right up your alley. Cotto Rohara is a renowned lawyer who has spent most of his life avoiding marriage, convinced it will interfere with his work and freedom. But after a health scare that leaves him rethinking what he wants from his life, he meets Suzuki Nera, an art teacher, and unexpectedly decides to marry her. Almost immediately after their whirlwind marriage, Kotaro discovers that Nera is harboring a deeply kept secret from her past. As that secret begins to unravel, their marriage is strained by doubts, betrayals, and the weight of truth. The series explores whether love can survive lies, whether trust can be rebuilt, and what it means to commit to someone when you don't know all of who they are. Set 10 years after the live-action film trilogy, Chihayafuru Full Circle introduces a new generation of high school students taking up the competitive Japanese card game known as Karuta. The story follows sophomore Meguru, who initially wants to just focus on her future but is drawn into her school's Karuta club under the guidance of advisor Kanade Oi. As she struggles with expectations, friendships, and intense rivalries, especially with powerhouse schools like Mizuzawa, and internal doubts, Meguru gradually finds passion, identity, and purpose through Karuta. Though the club doesn't win it all, the journey becomes more about growth, bonds, and discovering what matters beyond just victory. So, first of all, wow. I'm a huge fan of Chihayafuru. I adore the anime and am eagerly awaiting season 4. However, if you haven't seen any of the earlier material, you might miss out on quite a lot. Personally, I haven't watched the movies that adapt the anime/manga. I don't understand why Netflix didn't try to acquire the streaming rights for the previous film trilogy, or at least the anime, just to make sure that people can familiarize themselves with the characters and the story. But nonetheless, if you do want to dive in blind into Chihayafuru, I think it would be worth it. Koi Naka. Man, we keep getting blessed by these TBS classic dramas. Koi Naka follows Aoi Miura, a timid young man who once dreamed of being an architect but now lives a modest life in Tokyo. His world changes when he reunites with his first love, Akari, whom he lost touch with after a pivotal night in high school. To his shock, Akari returns with another childhood friend, Shota, successful, sparking a love triangle that forces Miura to face his regrets. The drama explores themes of his first love, friendship, and the courage to move forward and seize happiness. Now, Koi Naka was one of the first J-dramas I ever watched back in the day, and it perfectly encapsulates the J-drama genre for me personally. The awkward acting, the basic storytelling, and cheesy soundtrack, but when all those elements come together in harmony, you end up with a classic. Don't expect top-notch writing and acting, but go into it for the joy of the ride. We've been getting a ton of Abima-produced shows lately, the most recent of which is Miss King. Kunimi Asuka grows up in a loving home with her mother and father, Shoichi, who is admired as a genius in the world of shogi. But one day he abandons them. Her mother and young Asuka are left to struggle. After her mother dies, Asuka is totally alone, while her father achieves fame and success in the shogi world. Consumed by anger and a desire for revenge, she re-enters the world of shogi when a chance event reveals she has astonishing talent. She then joins forces with a former shogi player who also harbors resentment toward her father, and under his guidance, Asuka sets her sights on becoming the first female professional shogi player. Through this path, she hopes not only to defeat her father on the board, but to reclaim her own life. I mean, what more do I have to say? Just based on the plot summary, you probably want to jump into the show. There are currently 2 episodes available as of recording, mainly because it's currently airing in Japan, which by the way is an amazing thing that we're getting currently airing shows. Netflix features an extensive selection of Japanese films ranging from highly praised dramas to thrilling action movies. Here are my recommendations for Japanese films you should watch. Bullet Train Explosion follows the Hayabusa 60 Shinkansen, where a hidden bomb is rigged to detonate if the train drops below 100 kilometers per hour. An anonymous caller demands a 100 billion ransom, plunging the crew, railway control, and authorities into a desperate fight to keep the train moving while protecting hundreds of passengers. As tension escalates and the situation grows more perilous, shocking truths about the bomber's identity and motive emerge, forcing all involved to face grave choices about sacrifice, justice, and survival. Godzilla -1 C is a monochrome version of Godzilla -1, reimagining its story with stark black and white visuals that heighten the post-war atmosphere. Set in the ruins of Japan after World War II, it follows Koichi, a failed kamikaze pilot tormented by survivor's guilt after encountering Godzilla on a remote island. Returning to Tokyo, he struggles to rebuild his life with a war widow and an orphan child. But when Godzilla emerges again, now evolved into an unstoppable force of destruction, Koichi is drawn into a desperate civilian effort to stop the monster. The film blends human drama and a large-scale spectacle emphasizing themes of grief, redemption, and resilience in a nation already reduced to -1 by war, now facing the terror of Godzilla. When discussing the top Japanese content on Netflix, I can't overlook anime. Netflix offers an excellent variety of anime series and films. One of the most popular anime series to debut on Netflix is The Flagrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. Rintaro Tsurugi is a second-year student at Chidori High School, a boys' school with a tough reputation, partly because of his fierce appearance, even though he has a gentle heart. One day, while helping at his family's bakery, he meets Karuko Waguri, a kind girl from a prestigious all-girls Kikyo Academy right next to his school, Chidori. Karuko treats him without judgment, and Rintaro is drawn to her until he learns which school she attends. Their growing bond is tested by the rivalry between their schools, social expectations, and the divisions people place between them. The story follows their efforts to bridge those gaps, finding courage, understanding, and perhaps something more. I don't know whether it's because I'm getting older, but I've really been into romance anime lately. Flagrant Flower completely scratches that itch for me. It helps that the show is beautifully animated and has a great opening and ending. The summer Hikaru died. Yoshiki and Hikaru have been inseparable childhood friends in a quiet rural town. One winter, Hikaru goes missing while hiking and is found a week later. Only something strange has taken Hikaru's place. The being inhabiting his body has all of Hikaru's memories, appearances, and mannerisms, yet it's not quite him. As Yoshiki grapples with grief, loyalty, and the horror of knowing his friend is gone, he must decide whether to embrace this imposter or expose it and face whatever supernatural consequences that may bring. This anime has to be one of the creepiest and scariest I've seen in a while. For some reason, it gives me Stephen King vibes throughout. Last but not least, The Dangers in My Heart. Continuing on my romance anime obsession lately, The Dangers in My Heart follows Kyotaro, a gloomy middle schooler with dark fantasies, and Anna, his popular classmate who turns out to be more quirky and kind than he imagined. As unexpected moments bring them closer, Kyotaro's resentments shift into affection, and the two slowly form a sweet, awkward bond while navigating school and their growing feelings. Netflix has a vast selection of Japanese movies and TV shows, anime and documentaries that cater to different interests and tastes. More and more Japanese television broadcasters are now releasing their shows and movies to a wider international audience, which only adds to the already incredible catalog of great Japanese content for audiences abroad. Whether you're a fan of classic cinema, contemporary anime, or heartwarming dramas, there's something there for everyone. By watching Japanese entertainment on Netflix, viewers can gain a deeper appreciation and understanding of the culture and its people. So the next time you're looking for something to watch, consider exploring the world of Japanese cinema and television on Netflix. This was my list of must-watch Japanese movies and TV shows on Netflix. Let me know if you have any further suggestions. Let me know if I've missed out on anything that you think I should have talked about. And if you did enjoy this video, please leave a like and subscribe.